Hey guys, what's up? Back for another video. Art, my name's Art. Today's Wednesday. This is the second time I'm trying to do this. I want to welcome you to my little corner of the YouTubeverse. I talk about a variety of things. So if you want to comment, leave me a comment, subscribe, give me a like, dislike, something. You know. But anyway, today I want to talk about an event that had to happen to me years ago. How I got fired from a job. Now that might not be exciting, but it's funny to me. The way how I got fired was so funny, and it's like I said, it's funny to me personally. Okay, so what happened was years ago. This happened like 20 some years ago. I was in college, and I wanted to make some money. Not true, there was jobs on campus, but those jobs you only could work no more than 20 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? No more than 15 to 20 hours a week. So what I should have stuck with that instead of trying to make bigger money. So I went to this mall, found this arcade. So it was a company called Pocket Change. Now what happened was they were always in the mall, and I remember there was one near where I used to live. So okay, I was like, okay, yeah, it's fun. Put in an application, got hired in. Okay, great. Back then, minimum wage was $4.25 an hour. Now think about it. 20 some years ago, minimum wage was $4.25 an hour. Right now, it's like $7 or $8. But then again, the cost of living rose exponentially within that 20 some years. But anyway, so what happens was, you think, okay, it's an easy job, right? Yeah, it is for the most part, it is an easy job. That's why they don't want to pay you that much, because it's an easy job. The problem is there's a lot of things involved in that easy job. A lot of accounting involved. Now, what I mean by accounting, I mean like you had to keep count of a lot. Like for example, you get those tickets and then you had to give out prizes and stuff like that. Yeah, we had to help account for all that stuff. Oh, I count all these. I'm like, why am I doing this for $4.25 an hour? I'm like, okay, fine. Cleaning up, mopping, mopping the bathroom. Those bathrooms for employee use only, so you didn't have to worry too much. You had to vacuum. You didn't have to worry about money because you carried a purse for like, was it $100? $100, 150. I can't remember. It was like all once. So the idea behind it is that at the end of, I think it was $100 or something. At the end of the night, you're supposed to have more than $100 because you're supposed to pick up loose change here. People have change. Like some people drop a penny, you're supposed to pick it up and keep it. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to make a profit. Okay. Clean. Wiping down the video game machines and stuff like that. No big deal, right? Okay. Now what happened was every one of us had a tube, like a medicine tube, worth of $5 worth of quarters. And each of those, and the fun thing is that everybody got assigned to a color, so it was painted a certain color. And every week, what happened, there was enough for everybody for like every day of the week. Every day. What happened is a lot of times you log into work. When you go into work, you have a you know you have a lock. You have a key to a lock, which the boss has a key to a lock. So what happens before he leaves? Like for example, when I came in, the boss usually is on his way out or he already left. So what happens? So what happens? He puts your $5. I forgot what they're called, but it's for if someone puts a game in and the game eats their quarter, you're supposed to replace it with a black tool. Now, there's another reason why they use those things. And then what happened? He put your money in there, so that's fine. Okay, great. So a lot of times you could just hold stuff in there, whatever. You come in, unlock your stuff, get your stuff. You're count it. You count 3 times. I'm like, okay. Every now and then he'll put one time he put $105, and I'm like, seriously? Okay, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to see. The thing is, you're supposed to have $100. So at the end of the night, I have 100. So what happens if I miscount it? It's 105. I count it as 105. So at the end of the night, it's 105. When I turn my, what happens is at the safe, you drop your money in the safe, it's 105. So what happens if you took that $5 bill, you stole? He knows you stole. So he did stuff like that to try to trick people. Sometimes other stores around there will buy your ones, and you're not really supposed to do that. But they told us not to do that, but a lot of times we did because sometimes we needed freaking change. Or the faster we run out of change, the faster we don't have to break. So people have $20 bills. So it's like, what happens? They don't want to, and there was a coin changer. They didn't want to put a whole $20 bill in there. So you had to take their 20 and break it out into change. And every now and then there was an extra stash of ones just in case. All right. And the thing is that even if you use it, he knows. The boss knows. Okay, so during this time I'm doing all this stuff. One day, now this is like I worked there for like a year. I worked there for about a year. The first offense, see what happens? You get 3 strikes, and then you're gone. No matter what the situation, you get 3 strikes. Now, here's the funny thing is, the first strike happened when we had to wear these little ties. My thing broke, so I was like, well, why? I can't get in contact with the guy, so why should I care? And plus, I left the broken tie in the locker, so he should be able to see there was a broken tie. So what happened was he's like, okay, fine. So I was wearing my shirt and tie and everything else like that. I was walking around. It was a busy Friday night. There was a candy machine. You put a coin in. It's like a grabber, like you grab for plushies, but it grabs candy. And what happened? It was someone did it and forgot to get it up. So a lot of times, me and the other attendants will take it and go grab candy because we need something to eat. Because what happens once you get in there, you can't leave the store. So if you get hungry, you can't leave the store. But so like on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, there's more than one person working. There's more than one person working. Hold on. There's more than one person working. So if I needed to get some, if I wanted to go to this, the store to get money, or the store to get money, food or something like that, everybody makes a food run. One person makes a food run. So what happened was there was some candy there, put it in there, boom, shared it with the fellows. Monday morning, one of the assistant managers calls me up and said, "Hey, what the hell did you do?" I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm on the phone. I said, "Oh man, Friday night over the weekend, one of the big heads was in there with her kids, and they said they saw you without your tie on, and he said you put money in the machine. You put money in the machine to grab some of this." And so what happened was he told him to when you drain the machines, if you find any of those if you find any of those color quarters in there, to fire your ass. I said, okay, good luck to him. I said, good luck to him. So naturally, he didn't find any. My color was black. There was no black coins in there. So guess what? Now let me tell you about those black coins. It's if you put a corner machine and he eats it, you're supposed to replace it with that black coin. Instead, because you didn't have a key to open up and give them a free game. Only the assistant managers had that. So what happened was, you look up. So like this one guy, he always played the basketball games. So what happened? He had a lot of coins in there, and they could tell, oh, you've been playing basketball because it's called coins. I mean, all you had to do if you wanted to play a game, bring your own quarters. But anyway, so what happened was there's nothing he could say about me about the tie. So he came to me. Oh, you called stir because of your tie. I'm like, oh, just a tie? Oh, nothing else I did? It was no, nothing really. I'm like, okay, fine. The second strike happened around Christmas time. Now, at that time, I lived in the dorms. And during the Christmas time, the dorms are closed. Everybody's kicked out of the dorms. And he would not let me off for 2 weeks. So that means I had to get a hotel. And he said, well, I need you here because you're one of the most experienced people. And I have to hire some new people, and this person's not available. This other assistant manager is not even available. I'm like, seriously? She wanted to go do something, and he lets her off. Okay, fine. So I had to say, well, okay, I had to get a hotel for 2 weeks. He said, oh, okay. All right, fine. Actually, I went to my friend's. Actually, my friend had an apartment, so I stayed there for 2 weeks. We had a blast, but they didn't know. One of these girls, one of them was a girl, and she was kind of on the larger side. And it was this really slick looking dude. Now, one thing about this is that one thing about this organization is very corporate, and it's like one of the things, no fraternization. If you don't know what fraternization is, no intermingling with your coworkers, which everybody broke that rule. The assistant manager was dating this other, she had a boyfriend, and she was banging one of my boys who owned his own shop. He just worked here for extra money, so he worked here on the weekends to get extra money. She was banging him. This big girl right here. Something about me and her clicked really well, and then a little thing happened between me and her. Luckily, it wasn't. It was just more along like play instead of all the way kind of thing. Because a couple years later, she ended up with 2 kids by some random dude. Who knows? But stuff like that happens. So what happens? It was right before Christmas, and we had this. What happens? We had this deal. Well, there was 3 of us on a Friday night. Okay. We were all supposed to clean up and everything else. Here's the question: no one wanted to. It's like this. No one wanted to. They said, "I want to." Nickel Slick guy said, "I want to leave early." I said, well, if you want to leave early, you do all the cleaning. They said, okay, cool. So what happened is he counted his money out and he did all the cleaning. The girl said, oh, my friend's picking me up and we're going to do something. We can't be late. I said, okay, fine. I can close the place by myself. That's not an issue. You help them clean, you clean, do it. So they off doing that. Okay. So what happens, I serviced the last bit of people, got them out, closed the gate. They cleaned up everything, took out the trash, they did everything. They said, hey, because what happens, according to the rule of the store, you got to be out of there by 9:30. And the funny thing is, even though this is still Christmas time, they still stuck to those rules. So what happened is, if you're going to be late, you got to call security. So a lot of times I call security, say, I'm gonna be a little late, so that way I stayed a little over. But as long as I call security, I'll be fine. That's when I took play video games or whatever. What happened was they decided to go. I counted my cash. I played a game or two, and I took off. The next day, they both called in, didn't show up. How was I supposed to know? Now remember I told you they give you like $100 to $150 of cash, and you had to make change. Guess who didn't put the money back? Her and him took the cash and bolted. So now what happened is, I don't know, he comes to me. Did you know that what happened last night? And I explained to him what happened. I said, hey, he said he had to leave early, and she wanted to leave early. I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll stay here on the counter. You do all the cleaning and stuff, and take out the trash, so that way I don't do it, and at 9 o'clock you guys can bug out. So, oh, so you didn't know that they took the money? How would I know that? No one counts their money at the same time. It's one at a time. So if they did, how would I know? Oh, I thought you might have a clue because, I'm like, no, I don't. And he said, well, don't worry, I'll be taking their checks anyway. And he started giving me the stink eye. I said, number one, why would I do something like that for $100, $150? Now, if it was $10,000 to $15,000, I might even have to think about that for a little bit. But still, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of dumb. That was strike two. Even though I didn't do anything wrong, in his eyes, that was strike two. Strike three was kind of funny. I had this project I had to do for my class, and I had Monday off. Okay. He was about to go on vacation. I was at the library majority of the night. I was, after I got my classes done, went to the library, did my shit for my class, for my project, and everything else was done. And then when I get home, it was like 11 o'clock at night. My man calls me. He goes, hey, what happened? I'm like, what do you mean what happened? He goes, he's been calling you all day. I said, for what? I had today off. He goes, no, you didn't. I wrote down my schedule last week and it said this. He goes, no, it wasn't. So what, you said I wrote my schedule down wrong? He goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, I think you did. Well, don't worry about it because he fired you anyway. He goes, he's like, he's out firing his ass anyways. He did too much shit. I'm like, did too much shit? What are you talking about? I did too much shit. What the fuck did I do? Besides, show up. He was tired of my little antics. Funny thing is that they don't believe in giving out raises, but one of the assistant managers who only worked there 1 day a week got a $50 50-cent raise. I got nothing, but that's okay. I sacrificed my vacation technically. Instead of going home for 2 weeks, I had to work. Go home Christmas Eve, and then be right back the day after Christmas. Okay. I sacrificed my hanging out with my family. But that didn't, he was like, I'm sick and tired of your shit. So I walked in. So what happened was, I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, fuck this. Now, here's the thing. If you get fired from that place, you're not allowed in the store. Not even as a customer. Now, here's the funny thing. So what happened, I waited till he got off of vacation, and I walked up in there. And he's like, I said, no. I was like, no, you don't talk to me. I don't care, you're fired. I'm like, bullshit. This was my schedule. I wrote the schedule down. That's what it was. So what, did you change the schedule at the last minute? He goes, no, I didn't do that at all. Because here's the question. When I write my schedule down, I write it for the whole week. So that way I know when I'm supposed to be there. That way I know when I can work on my projects. So he goes, I said, well, I tell you what, I'll go to corporate for this. And believe me, they're going to say I'm right. And what happened, he said to me this. I don't care what corporate says. You're fired. I said, okay, cool. Very cool. And this one kid was like, hey, Art, how's it going? I say, hey, man, heard you got fired. I go, yeah. He goes, yeah, fuck this place. Man, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be enjoying this place, man. He was like, fuck this place. He said, and what happened is, this kid got 10 people. They all left. The place was dead for the rest of the day. Nobody went in there. Half the people left because a lot of the customers liked me. Because I interacted with them. I had jokes. I joked with them, interacted with them. You know, I'm very sociable. And for months, he was like, what the fuck? You know, what happened? One of the assistant managers called me up and said, hey, Art, did you know we were slow for the last 2 weeks? We don't know what the hell. He was like, I don't know what the hell's going on. So what happened? We found a kid. His name was Donnie. He said, "Well," he said, "Hey, you fired Art." We went to this other red. We going to this other place. Art was cool. Art was cool. Art was nice. Art helped us out. You just fucked over one of your best people. So why you think why should we come here? Why should we spend a lot of times we came here because we know Art's showing up. Art comes in on Friday night. We are all here Friday night. Like 10 to 15 people show up. They got it. So in a way, I provided them with a lot of business just by being awesome. But anyway, so then what happened was he calls me up. No, I did some reconsidering. I was like, no. Remember, you fired me unjustly. You fired me unjustly. I said I'm gonna take it to upper corporate, and even though you said no matter what corporate says, I'm still fired. Why should I help you guys out? Besides, I got another job. I got a better job. I make my own hours. I can come and go as I please. I can work more hours if I want to. Good day to you. So then, was it months later, about 6 months later, me and my friend was at the mall. We went into there. He saw me in there. The thing is, he was supposed to, by the company standard, he was supposed to kick me out. He was supposed to kick me out, but he didn't. He let me and my friend play our games, and he let us go. And the thing is, he says, oh, wait, I thought you was kicked out of here. And he goes, I'm supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be here. He said, what happened if you were kicked you out? I said, I would have demanded my $10 back. He goes, you didn't? Yeah. But anyway, as you can see, this is kind of the kind of things that kind of happen when you work a minimum wage job. Or sometimes, even if you don't work a minimum wage job, you have to deal with kind of stuff like that. Now, true, I was to the customers that came in there, I had to be the ultimate host. My job is to make sure they have fun. Why? Because they came back. To my boss, I had to be an asshole to him because he was an asshole to me. Well, some people might say, well, Art, you shouldn't be like that. Well, I'm sorry. Sometimes you have to give a little when you get a little. Well, that's enough for this story time. And I thought about that today because of I had a conversation about past jobs and this popped up, so I was like, let me talk about this. Maybe you had a job that you got fired from. Sometimes we get fired because of our own fault. And the thing is, true, if I had wrote my schedule down right, I wouldn't have been in this mess. But the problem wouldn't have gotten in that mess. But for some reason, I could have sworn I wrote my schedule down right, and the schedule I saw there was totally different. But anyway, that's my story. And it helped. And the thing is, what I learned from it, I learned that no matter how good of an employee you try to be, if your boss thinks you're a waste of space, he's always going to think that. So with that, I'm going to go finish the rest of my tea, enjoy the rest of this night so I can go to bed, because me is tired. Talk to you later.